Happy 4th of July, America. It's July 6th. I hope you guys all had a great time. I know Harry had a great time. Joe had a great time. And we're back on Tuesday. We got a lot to talk about today, a lot of exciting stuff. Before we get into anything, I want to shout out to our West Virginia fans, Harry.
Yeah, they did good. They showed out.
They stepped it up. They're getting those video views. You know, I was feeling like before this week, we didn't have as many West Virginia fans. We get a lot of talk about Steelers and Penguins, but man, our WVU fans showed out. And we got a lot going on for WVU. It's happy times.
Yep. Things are going in a good direction, recruiting-wise.
Less pessimistic than I was a few weeks ago about the team in general and about Neil Brown specifically. He's finally doing what he came to do, which is recruit. I guess that was the big thing on him, right?
I feel good. I mean, it feels better.
It does.
Should have some of the better teams we've had in a while.
It is 22 is going to be exciting. We'll get into WVU in a minute. The bigger topic, though, I think, which was the big sports news this week, was the NCAA now allowing players to profit off their name, their image, their likeness.
Yeah, it's been an issue for a while.
It is.
How do you feel about it?
It's definitely good for the players, right?
Yeah, it is good.
Ultimately, I don't know if it's good or bad, though.
I've gone back and forth.
It could mean, I mean, we've been talking a lot about the transfer portal and how difficult that's made things. This could be another huge factor for smaller teams in recruiting, right?
You know, I used to think like that, like it could make the gap larger between the big schools that are always good and the smaller schools. But then the gap's already really large right now.
Yeah.
And I think those schools are already doing stuff that's off the record, paying. I mean, you hear about these stories about paying recruits and stuff in these big time schools. I think the gap is pretty large right now. So will it make it larger? I don't know. I don't know if it can get much larger.
Maybe it'll have the opposite effect and it'll make it more competitive for these other schools. Because if these schools can get a deal with someone, it's another recruiting tool. You can say to our players, well, we got a deal with this company. And if you come here, that's part of it, right? You make money from that. And we have these, it just creates, it's a lot of new stuff. And I think the first couple of years, it's going to be wild.
I think it could add more schools into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
I think schools that are in cities may get more attention.
Yeah.
Schools that are on, you know, for example, like the LA schools like USC, maybe UCLA might be able to get more stuff because you have a lot of brands over there.
Mm-hmm.
The city schools.
My first thought was it's going to be crazy for the players because now you're going to have, I mean, you even saw it the day after every single player in the NCAA tweeted, I'm now open for business. And they got that lawyer statement they all tweeted out. But honestly, when you think about it, from a company standpoint, there's maybe 4 or 5 players in the entire NCAA you're going to want to make deals with.
Yeah, I mean,
the kicker or punter from Texas Tech or something is not going to have a deal.
No, but you'll have those big deals where those people will make a ton of money. But I think the best player for all like a Power 5 school, you know, those college towns, they will get a bunch of local deals.
Yeah, you'll definitely have your local deals, but your big bucks, I think, will only be reserved for maybe 4 or 5 players in the entire league. Your Heisman candidates. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, the interesting part for me, if this is going to play into recruiting at all.
Be interesting. I think it will.
Yeah.
Will it favor West Virginia? I don't know. It might be a bad thing for West Virginia.
I don't know. It's like I said, is it going to, like you said, the gap's pretty wide, like for teams like Alabama and Clemson. But maybe it'll balance in the opposite direction. If a mid-level team like West Virginia or these other teams that, you know, are kind of on the fence of being big schools or middle schools, if they can get some good deals for their players, does that tip the balance to these?
I think a team that could really benefit from this would be a team like Oregon, a team that has Nike behind them, you know.
That would be huge, right?
That team that could really benefit from something.
All your players, you have a deal with Nike if you come here. That's true. That's a huge deal for a team like that.
So,
but West Virginia will have deals with pepperoni rolls. Country Club Bakery, the sponsor of the Mountaineers.
Yeah. Be interesting.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. We'll see. Like I said, I think the first 2-3 years might be a little nuts. but it'll calm down after that. So I don't know. That's the big deal. Big news for West Virginia. Jacolby Spells, who we've been talking about for since the first week of our show, has finally committed to West Virginia.
Another good recruit. Got a cornerback.
Yes. 4-star cornerback. He's highly rated. And is this the effect we saw from, we get a 4-star QB? I told you there was some conversation between him and some other players. Jacolby was one of them.
Well, it probably wasn't the determining factor, but it definitely was a factor.
It's got to help. Definitely. I mean, you see a team going in the right direction, it makes you lean that way.
It's good. Now got to keep it together and produce on the field so these guys stay.
Yep. And we'll already know by the time you guys watch this on YouTube, but we're recording this on Monday. In a couple hours, there's actually 4-star running back Justin Williams is going to announce. And it seems like people think he's leaning towards West Virginia, so that could be another 4-star and a running back.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And he's rated pretty highly. He's rated top 15 in the country in his position, according to Rivals.
Good things. Let's see. Hopefully these keep panning out.
25 offers. He got offers from Duke, Kansas.
It's exciting.
Him and 4-star running back Ramon Brown also put West Virginia in his top 5 teams. So 2 4-star running backs looking at WVU.
Let's get some players.
We need to grab our wide receiver and we'll be ready to go for 22. It's exciting. West Virginia fans, put a like, comment, let us know what you think. We know you guys are here now. We know you guys are here and ready for some football. I have that same coffee cup.
Yeah, comes in a little set.
They're too small, but again, when you guys see this, it'll already be decided. We're recording this on Monday. Tampa Bay could win the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight.
Your prediction's looking very good of picking the Canadians.
Right. They didn't even win a game. Well, the Tampa Bay mayor, who knows, those guys are always the smartest, thinks Tampa Bay should throw game 4 so they can win it at home.
I mean, it's risky, but they look pretty good. I think they took Montreal's best shot.
It's been pretty dominant so far. It's not even close.
Yeah, I think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's having a good sports year.
They are. I'm about to be very upset because they took the Penguins' glory away now.
Back.
Now going back-to-back in the air doesn't seem so impossible.
Let's see if they can do the
asterisk $100 million cap.
Definitely a big part of it.
Yes, it is. And I'll never think otherwise. But that's happening. Man, we're like 2 weeks away from the expansion draft. I think the expansion draft's the 21st, and then the entry draft's the 23rd. So that's exciting. If Tampa wins, that'll be the next hockey we got to talk about. It sucks. We'll see.
Probably know by next episode.
We will definitely know by next episode. If Montreal wins, I don't see this going past 6 games.
I think they have much shot. I think they know they don't have much shot.
Yeah. Tampa may throw it to win at home. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's all that's going on with hockey, guys. Unfortunately. Let's talk some Steelers really quick, Harry. I know you're not on the Twitter that much as me.
Not as much as you.
Harry's old. He doesn't do social media. Devin Bush is going a little crazy lately. He started pretty mildly with his tweet about grown men shouldn't use TikTok. And, with Juju and Chase, people were kind of like, bro. And then he kind of started tweeting a lot. And his tweets get more and more outlandish. And then he tweeted a video of a cat dying. And that turned a lot of people off. I would say 80% of people on Twitter said they unfollowed him because of that.
Yeah, it's a sensitive subject. pet some
You can't tweet
animals.
videos of animals being thrown off 10-story buildings, Devin Bush. And he's liked some pretty interesting tweets as well that I think he since has gone back and deleted. Is he just pulling like a Jake Paul here and trying to get some attention? Or is he like going in the realm of AB and people need to watch him?
I don't think. I think it's just a poor choices, not being socially aware. Maybe.
That's almost worse than
going through an instance of just not caring. It's good. Problem is these things have lasting impact, and you make bad decisions like that.
They do. So far, he hasn't geared back any.
Yeah.
It's a weird world we're living in. I mean, it's new, so you never know back in the day if there was social media how some of these players would have acted.
Yeah.
So to me, it seems like players are getting more immature in general, but maybe it's just the new era.
I mean, he's a young kid still. He's a young guy.
Definitely.
Got him still maturing, still getting there.
With me, when guys like this are doing, I've seen a few other players in the league, not on the Steelers, doing stuff like this. I feel like, okay, you're a good player. He's definitely one of our better players, but it's still, he's going into is this his third year?
Mm-hmm.
Is this his third year he's going into? Or his second? His second year? He spent all of last year hurt. I don't think you're established enough where this is a wise career move, right? Like, you got some of these guys that are superstars in the league. I can understand them being a little more outlandish.
Yeah.
It's just like, what's his name with the Ravens? Hollywood Brown. A lot of his claim to fame is in his cousin, Antonio Brown. And he does a lot of talking on Twitter and social media as well. And I feel like you haven't really done anything yet.
He was really good in college. He was really electric. He
was Hollywood Brown in college, but now it's the NFL. And he hasn't done much. And I feel like a lot of his talk is piggybacking off his cousin's success. And you see a lot of these rookies, and I just feel like, you know what? If you're going to talk like this and be outlandish, I feel like you got to earn it first with your play.
Forgive me. This is going to be his third year.
Third year? I thought so. I couldn't remember, but I feel like because his first year.
His first year, he played all six. He played all the games. Yeah. Last year, he only played 5.
Last year, he was injured all season. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he proves it on the field and backs it up. But.
Yeah, I mean,
I got to see some play from these young guys before they go and act outlandish. Before
not too worried.
T.O. made the plays before he became T.O.
I mean, he needs to be more careful with stuff he does.
Definitely. So that's something to keep an eye on going forward. I'd be surprised if the Steelers, especially with the history lately, like with Antonio Brown, if they didn't jump all over that pretty quickly.
Well, you better perform on the field, otherwise that leash is going to be a lot shorter.
Exactly. You got to back it up if you're going to act like that.
Yeah.
Before you can be T.O.'s personality, you have to put up T.O. numbers.
I mean, AB was probably the best receiver in the league when all that stuff went down. And
hey, he had years of not saying a word and just being the best before he went crazy.
He was becoming a problem before that, but
it was more kept under wraps. Social media really let it get out of control.
He lasted a lot longer than some of these other people would.
Yeah, it's getting too crazy now.
Get together.
Devin Bush doesn't like TikTok, but he likes social media, and it's the same thing. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, guys. Get it under control, Devin Bush. Now Harry's favorite part of the show, UFC 264.
Yeah, got a good card.
Really good card. Better than the last one. I like this one.
This is a good one.
Let's start it off from the very bottom. Sean O'Malley and Chris Motahino. I'm going with Sean O'Malley on that one.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if he lost that.
Easily. I don't know who the other guy is, honestly.
I think this is his UFC debut.
Is it? That makes sense. 9-4 professional record. Sean O'Malley's a beast.
Sean O'Malley needs to fight somebody ranked.
He does. I'm not sure. I mean, he's 13-1. He always has good performances.
He's the most popular guy not ranked and has not fought. The one time he fought somebody ranked was Chito Vera, and he lost. He needs to get that rematch or fight somebody else in the top 15. I mean, there's a lot of tough guys in that division, but
it's weird that he hasn't because he is really popular.
I'm tired of seeing they keep babying him and trying to bring him up, but he's got to prove it, you know.
When you're 13-1, you should be fighting ranked opponents.
He's one of the bigger names in that division, but he's not even ranked. So.
Yeah, that's some mismanagement for sure. Especially now when the bantamweight's kind of a influx division.
Well, they were trying. I mean, with the Chito Vera one, if he would have won that, he would have started shooting up the rankings. But
yeah,
he needs to go. He says it was a fluke, so prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge yourself. You know, if you're the real deal, all right.
Yeah. Harry's picture froze.
We'll see.
There you go. You're unfrozen now. I could hear you, but you were frozen. But yeah. Women bantamweight, Irene Aldana and Yana Kunitsky,
something like that. Okay. Who are you picking?
I'm going to go Kunitsky.
I'm going to go Aldana.
All right. We'll switch it up. I don't have an opinion either way on them, really. A lot of these fighters, when I read the names and look at them, I have no idea who they are. But as soon as the fight starts, I'll be like, oh, yeah. And then I hate my pick because I remember when I see it. I'm going with, we'll go that way. We got a heavyweight fight.
This one's a good one.
Yeah. Greg Hardy versus Tai Tuivasa. Tuivasa.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I'm going to go with Greg Hardy on that one.
I'm going to go with Tuivasa.
Oh, split down the middle again.
Yeah.
Hardy's pretty good. He's another one. I think, I don't know if he hasn't had the opportunity, but I feel like he should be bigger than he is.
He's athletic. He just hasn't been in it for long enough, as long as a lot of these guys he's competing with.
Yeah. This could be a big fight, though. The co-main is a really good fight. Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Thompson.
Mm-hmm. Who am I picking? I will go with... I'm going to go Stephen Thompson.
I'm going to go Gilbert Burns on that one. Why do you like Thompson?
I think if it goes to the ground, Gilbert Burns was way better. But I think Stephen Thompson, his striking's he's getting a little streaky.
Yeah,
I think he could get hot. He seems like the next guy coming. I think Gilbert Burns is just coming off that knockout loss.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence might be a little shaken. He might try to stand up with Thompson, and I think Thompson will get him.
I hope they stand up. I feel like this could be the fight of the night, actually. And it's hard to say with a McGregor Poirier main event, but I feel like the main event could be a 2-round fight. But I feel like this Thompson Burns fight could go the full distance and just be a bloodbath. So that could be the fight to watch for me, honestly. Main event. This is it. The trilogy. Poirier versus McGregor. I've seen a lot of people saying McGregor's got it, but I am not so sure.
I think this is his last shot at being a big...
100%. If Conor McGregor loses this fight, I would put money that he fights a Paul brother next.
I would say he might do the Nate Diaz trilogy. I think that's his last fight. If he loses this. Yeah, that's still... People would still want to watch that.
I would watch that, especially after Nate Diaz's last fight. I would 100% watch that.
I think that would be it, though. I don't think you could do any more one fight away from a title fight with him. He's been losing.
As much as I would like to see McGregor win for old time's sake, Poirier is in his prime right now, and he's just been a machine his last few fights.
Yeah.
And McGregor is just not Conor McGregor pre-Floyd.
Yeah, he's not the same.
He
same
came
guy.
back and he had a really good fight against aging cowboy.
So your pick is Poirier?
I think it's Poirier, and I don't even think it's going to go past 2 rounds.
All right. I see.
Who are you picking?
My fight is, I think if McGregor wins, he's going to win in the first 2 rounds. I think if it goes past the second round, then Poirier is going to win.
I'm the opposite. I think if McGregor's got a shot, it's got to go. Even though McGregor, his big critique his whole career has been his conditioning. I don't know. I think Poirier catches him early on the ground, maybe.
He could pick him, but I think McGregor will gas out. So if the fight's going long, he's going to lose.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pick McGregor. I haven't been picking McGregor. I think I've always felt like he's going to lose. He's kind of hype, but he's good. He's real. I think he's going to adjust. He's better. I think his team, and he's better at making technical changes.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will adjust. He will develop a plan to check the legs. The leg kick.
He's going to have to come out with a plan. If he's going to win, he's going to have, like he had the shoulder thing with Cowboy. He's going to have to come out with something he's got planned to take Poirier out.
I think he will go with a little
legs, or
I think he will go with a little more narrow of a stance.
Yeah.
And move more. That's how he was really good in the past. He was moving a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This time he kind of just stood in front and let him hit.
Poirier's just been so good lately, though. It's hard to envision.
Dustin's good. Dustin's in his prime, but I think he might have made a mistake by taking a third one. I mean, I don't blame him. It's all for the money, but I'm going to go McGregor. I think he's going to adjust.
All right. Well, dang.
And then I think he's going to fight for the title next.
So we're split on everything but the O'Malley fight.
Yep.
Exciting. Let us know in the comments who you agree with, Joe or Harry. Joe always wins. Just kidding. So our viewer question this week was actually about that, from CRocker33 on Instagram. Asks Connor or Dustin for the trilogy. We're split. We'll find out this weekend, and I'm excited for it.
Vegas has it pretty close. I think Dustin's the favorite, -125, and McGregor's +105, so it's very close.
I mean, it's close. I don't know. I don't know if the closeness is from people thinking of McGregor from 6 years ago. And his last fight, he didn't look like he had it to me.
He hit him a few times.
I almost think McGregor-Diaz would be a better fight than this, because they're both kind of at the end of their careers, I feel like. They're both still tough. They both still got the name and the hype and the fan base. But I don't think both of them can compete for these big fights anymore.
I think McGregor was too nice last time. I think he's gonna
too humble. You want to see old school McGregor? This is a heated fight. I mean, I was watching the other night. I heard about, I guess Dustin Poirier has a charity organization. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, they had a little scuffle on that, and the fight was almost off.
Yeah, because I guess McGregor was supposed to donate, and then after his team just disappeared and stopped responding, and Poirier called him out on Twitter about it.
And then McGregor donated to another charity in his city, in Poirier's city.
The anger's there, so it's not going to be a nice fight.
He was pretty humble last fight. I think
he was.
He didn't come in with the right attitude. The thing that
since
made
his comeback, really, he hasn't been the same cocky kind of McGregor.
Like crazy McGregor was the best McGregor.
It was.
I think
he still does crazy shit outside the ring. Like I heard the story about how he bought the bar where he punched that guy, and then he banned the guy from ever coming back to that bar. So he still does it. Just do it in the ring.
Back, and he's gonna bring that McGregor back. I think we're gonna see he goes back.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm still going Poirier. That's UFC 264, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, H&J Talk Sports. Keep getting those views up, man. I asked for 70 last week. We hit 70 subscribers. I'm pumped. You guys did it.
30 to go.
How many can we get this week? I don't know if we got 5 in us. It's a short week. I'm going to say, can we get 3 this week? 73. We got 30 to go to 100, guys.
Fair enough.
Like a month and a half left to do it. So let's do it.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
That's Harry Baxter. I'm Joe Riggy, and this is H&J Talk Sports.
See you guys next week.
Subscribe, follow. We'll see you next week, guys.